So if you travel with your spouse, your significant other who is a travel nurse, and you are the tag along, I want to know, what do you do? Put it in the comments below. Let's get a list going of all the things that we can do while our spouses and significant others are doing their travel nurse jobs. This is my normal routine. I like to come out here with Cinder. Hi, baby. She likes to get some sunshine, and unfortunately today we don't have a lot of that. We have a lot of overcast, but that's fine. This is Hawaii. It's gonna clear up in no time. In fact, I see blue sky on the horizon. I'm Kristen. I am a travel nurse recruiter, and my husband John is a travel nurse. He is an ICU traveler, critical care, and he's been traveling for the last 6 years. We've gone together as a family, and we bring our 3 kids and our doggo with us everywhere we go. We've mostly been in an RV, but now we are in Hawaii in a house. Obviously we couldn't bring our RV here. And I'm gonna talk about what I do and what I have been doing for the last 6 years as the tag along, as we like to call it. Oh my gosh, this is take 3 and I have 4% left. Probably not gonna last for long. I'm headed to some days. This is dead. The camera's dead. All my notes are on my phone, and I got 5 bug bites. Should I just cancel the video? No, we're not canceling the video. Take 863, so we're gonna roll with it. For the last 6-ish years, I have been tagging along, and for the first couple of years, I focused primarily on taking care of the kids and homeschooling. If you don't have kids, what are you going to do with your time? You can definitely go find a hobby to fill your time, or you can find a remote job or side hustle, side gig, a small business, whatever you want to call it. We're going to talk about different options today. And I'm going to come at it in the first part of the video with just my own experience, including numbers on what I have done over the last few years and what I'm doing now. And then we'll talk about some other options for you if you're looking for remote work. And I have a couple of resources to share that are totally free and hopefully helpful for you. Beginning of our travels, we did not have a lot of debt. We started out with very little debt, which was really awesome. It meant that we can mostly live off of just John's income. Even pre-COVID rates that are lower than they are right now, we were okay because we were mostly just living off of John's income, and we did not have any debt when we hit the road, which I strongly advise. Oh my gosh, it was so nice. That's not the case anymore. And then about a year into traveling is when we started content creation. It is a really great way for you to make some extra money. I am not gonna lie, there's definitely money to be made in content creation, and I'm gonna give you a few figures just from our own experience. I know it's different across the board, and some people make it really big in content creation, and I'm so happy for them. And there were times when I was so jealous of them. But the reality is it can be lucrative, but it's not guaranteed, and it does fluctuate a lot, so I would not rely on it for full-time income probably. In the beginning, we were making maybe $100 a month, a couple $100 a month. It was enough to cover our subscriptions for things. And then once we started getting going a little bit, we made anywhere from $5,000 a year to $35,000 a year. And our biggest year that we had was the one that we went to Alaska. That's when we were seeing the biggest increase in our views and our content across the board as far as RVing goes and travel nursing. And so we had a really big year that year. But it's not always that way. And really, I've stopped worrying about the numbers and stopped worrying about income that I'm making from No Ordinary Path. I really, really appreciate you guys. The only way that we were ever able to make any kind of money with No Ordinary Path is because of you. So thank you so much for your views. And I hope that you've enjoyed the content over the years. And we're going to continue to put content out. It's just not our main focus of any kind of income anymore. But there are 3 main ways that you can create income from doing content creation. And that is through ad revenue, of course. I'd say for us, the biggest source of ad revenue comes from YouTube long form videos and from TikTok shorts that are over a minute long. We are part of the Creativity Beta program, and so we do make some money from that. It's not a lot, but those are the 2 places where the ad revenue comes from mostly. And then we have brand deals, and you've probably seen some of our content that has brand deals in it. We still do brand deals, just not very many and only for items that we truly enjoy using. And then we also do affiliate marketing. So like we have an Amazon storefront and we do some other affiliate marketing that we've worked on over the last few years. And those are the main ways that we make money with No Ordinary Path. Now there have been some other ways you can get creative with it. So content creation is definitely a good way for you to make some extra money while you're traveling. Another really great option, which is the next thing that I have gone into and sort of fell into my lap. I really hadn't planned on it, but I have, as you know, this last summer I started recruiting for Atlas Med Staff, and I absolutely love it. Recruiting is a great remote job. It is a full-time job. So like you do have hours and you have to work really hard and sometimes more than 40 hours a week. And right now in this particular market, I would say that it's probably harder to get on somewhere as a travel nurse recruiter. There's lots of jobs though that do recruiting, and it is in essence a sales job. So sales in of itself is another really great way for you to get into some remote work. There's a lot of different ways that you can look for those jobs. I would say LinkedIn is a really great place to start, and any former contacts that you have or like friends of friends, word of mouth is a really great way to get into remote work and to see what's out there. I can tell you, I know a lot of people have asked me personally if Atlas is hiring recruiters, and they are not right now. That doesn't mean that they won't in the future, but because the market of travel nursing is on the lower side right now, they're not hiring any recruiters currently, but you can check into other recruiting agencies or just, hang out and try again in the future when the market does start to pick back up. I do make a base salary and then I have commissions on top of that, and I'd say that's pretty normal for a recruiting position. Now let's talk about some other options for remote work. There are so many out there. So what I would suggest doing is taking a look at what you enjoy doing, what you're good at, and what you could do with a little bit of training. I had a list made, it's on my phone. I'm going off script a little bit, so make sure you help me out and add some things in the comments if you think of something that I'm not mentioning right now. Marketing, and especially social media marketing right now, is just huge. There are all kinds of needs for social media marketing, and with all of the AI tools that are out there, you could really get ahead and really use your creative skills and use AI to help you with writing skills. You can create posts for company. You could create a business of your own to help people market, and you could do freelance work, or you could actually reach out to companies that are hiring social media managers and get on board with a company that way. And a lot of those are remote. Next, we have insurance companies. These are really great ones because there's a lot of different things that you can do for an insurance company. You can sell insurance sales. You could work in claims, or you could work in a call center. So there's different things, and the call center thing really applies for all kinds of jobs, not just insurance companies, obviously. I would check with financial companies as well if you have any kind of finance background. You could get into bookkeeping, you could do consulting, just help someone stay organized. Speaking of freelance work, there's all kinds of things that you can do as a freelancer. This is someone who performs just like a service for somebody else, and it could be utilizing the skills that you really enjoy doing or that you're good at, such as writing. Copyright is still an important thing. Even though we have AI, something that's written from a person is still gold. So copyright jobs, you could do photography, videography, use your editing skills. If you're already a content creator, you can use your creative skills to edit other people's videos as a freelancer. If you have a teaching background, you could do something like tutoring online, or you can have classes. You could host classes on OutSchool and teach different kinds of skills to people that way, virtually on Zoom. That would be a really great remote job. If you have experience in the healthcare world, or maybe you're burnt out as a nurse and your spouse is also a nurse and they're doing travel nursing, you could do telehealth, teletriage. Then we have IT, and there are just numerous jobs in IT that are remote. Post-COVID, it has become a lot easier to find remote jobs. There are so many more. I know I'm missing a bunch. I had a pretty big list, but I bet we can make a big list in the comments below. Where do you find these? That is the thing that a lot of people ask me, where do you find these remote jobs? Well, you have to do some digging and you have to sift through because there are a lot of scams. There's a lot of MLMs out there. I don't have anything against people who do MLMs. I have done my fair share of them in my lifetime. I am not knocking it. There are definitely people out there who make MLMs work for them, and I am so happy for them. But in my experience, I have usually wasted way more time and money on those kinds of ventures than I actually made in the end. So I don't suggest that, but if that is you and you feel a calling towards that, by all means, go for it. Starting your own business, though, is a really smart move. And here's why. Even if you don't make a lot of money with it, those tax benefits of having a small business are so important. We have benefited so much from having NOP as a side business by being able to write off so many of our expenses. There are 3 main groups that I found on the book that I think are really, really helpful. I'm not affiliated with them in any way. I'm not getting any kickbacks or whatever for suggesting that you go follow them or use whatever services they have, but they are really good. One of them is Rat Race Rebellion, WAH, Work at Home Factory, Job Factory, Work at Home Job Factory, and then the other one, I'm gonna put it right here because the name has left me and I don't have my notes. But all 3 of these places are really great to go check out and see what kind of jobs they have. They're real job postings for real remote positions. So if you travel with your spouse or significant other who is a travel nurse and you are the tag along, I want to know, what do you do? Put it in the comments below. Let's get a list going of all the things that we could do while our spouses and significant others are doing their travel nurse jobs. We have more Hawaiian content coming this weekend, so stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you out there.